أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، ثم الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين، سيدي وحبيبي ونور قلبي وثمرة فؤادي أبي القاسم محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد
وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المحسنين الهاديين المهديين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد. صلى الله عليك يا أبا عبد الله، صلى الله عليك يا ابن رسول الله، صلى الله عليك وعلى آبائك الطيبين الطاهرين. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله، السلام عليك يا ابن رسول الله، السلام عليك وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك. عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار، ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. قال الله العلي العظيم في كتابه الكريم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ووصينا الإنسان بوالديه إحسانا حملته أمه كرها ووضعته كرها وحمله وفصاله 30 شهرا حتى إذا بلغ أشده وبلغ 40 سنة قال رب أوزعني أن أشكر نعمتك التي أنعمت علي وعلى والدي وأن أعمل صالحا ترضى وادخلني في عبادك إني تبت إني من المسلمين. صدق الله العلي العظيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجه. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Since we gathered here to remember a mother who passed away, I wanted to talk about the importance of mother in Islam and how that Islam encourages us to take care of our mothers. When you look in life in general, there are certain things we call common sense that nobody needs to be taught. Nobody needs to be educated about it because it's a common sense. People understand it. It's easy to understand. But you come to the Quran, despite the fact that they are common sense, Islam comes constantly to remind us because it's very important. Now going back to that common sense, you and I, when somebody is kind to you, you go out to the store. As soon as you get there, somebody opens the door for you. The least you say is thank you. You want to do something, somebody helps you, somebody gives you a helping hand, you say thank you. That's the listen. And this is because we all understand that any person who is kind to you, they deserve some kind of thanks. Sometimes some kind of being thankful to them. Now, coming to this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, in this ayah, وَوَصَّيْنَا الْإِنسَانِ, Allah said, we have advised. al-insan, all mankind, across the board. Despite you Muslim or non-Muslim, it doesn't matter. Allah said, if you are a human being, whether you are a male or female, Allah said, we have advised you. In Surah Al-Ahqaf, Allah said, biwaliday. Allah said, we advise you about your parents, mother and the father. Here, up to here, Allah is talking about both of them, mother and the father. But then, as soon as he passes there, then he leaves the father aside and talks about the mother. He said, حَمَلَتْهُ أُمُّهُ. They both have done great job. They both have a great respect in our heart. But Allah said, for mother is more. Why? Allah said, حَمَلَتْهُ أُمُّهُ. He said, a mother carries you and I. How did she carry us? Allah stated, kurhan. In weakness, from one weakness to another. Allahu Akbar. How weakness? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stated in another ayah, how weakness a mother goes through from the beginning of the pregnancy. Certain food she used to eat, she's no longer allowed to eat as soon as she becomes pregnant because of the baby. Certain things she used to do, she loved to do, they tell her you can't do it anymore. Why? Because of your baby. Certain things she wants to do, you can't do it because of your baby, and she has to deal with that. And it's not about a day or two or a month or, not months, she has to go through that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, after she gave a birth also, Allah said, it doesn't stop there, then it still continue. وَحَمْلُهُ وَفِصَالُهُ. After the child is given birth to, then they have to go through another stage, which is breastfeeding and taking care of. And Allah stated that the entire pregnancy period, and plus also the taking care of the child until they reach the age of 2, Allah said the entire is 30 months a mother has to go through that. Allahu Akbar. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, you as a child, whether a boy or girl, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, as soon as you reach a certain age, where you become an adult, where you become a responsible person, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, remember them. How should I remember them? Allah said, قَالْ, remember by saying, رَبِّ أَوْزِعْنِي. Oh Allah, make me be among those who always remember 5 things. 5 things Allah mentioned right after this. Number 1, He said, make me be among those who always remember your blessings. Allah's blessings are uncountable. When we look around ourselves, we cannot count the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Starting from yourself, look at everything Allah has given you. Now the eyes you look at, Allah give you free of charge. God forbid if something happened, a doctor to check it, you have to put money on it. Something happened to your ears, Allah gave you free of charge. For doctor to just take a look and write prescription, you have to give money for it. But Allah give you free of charge, so I don't want anything. Take it free. Right? Now, doesn't Allah deserve to be thanked? You and I, we go to the doctor, we pay a copay, but then he says, thank you. You pay him, but then you start to thank them. Thank them on top of paying the money to them. Allah gave you all these blessings free of charge. Doesn't He deserve some type of thanks? Doesn't He deserve some kind of being grateful to Him? And that is where Allah comes from. He says, فَقُلْ, remember to say, رَبِّ أَوْزِئْنِي. Allah, make me be the one who always is grateful for your blessings. That's number 1. Number 2, وَعَلَى وَالِدَيَّ. And make me be among those who remember my parents too. Here, there is one logic here. Why Islam emphasizes us to remember our parents? See, it's easy logic to understand. Maybe today I'm not a father, I'm not a mother, I'm a child, right? But tomorrow I'm going to be a father too. Tomorrow I'm going to be a mother too. Now, if I don't give a respect to my mother or appreciate them, how do I expect my children to appreciate me tomorrow? What goes around comes around. You expect your children to respect you. I expect my children to honor me and respect me. The same thing Allah says, do to your parents as well. That's why Allah said, not only that, also ask Allah also to help you to do that. That is number 2. Number 3, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, also, Ya Allah, help me to be among those, whatever we do, our ibadah, let it be just for the sake of you, Ya Rabbal Alamin. وَأَنْ أَعْمَلَ صَالِحًا تَرْضَاهُ. See, sometimes our a'mal is good, but if the intention is not good, then it's not worth it in the sight of Allah. Salat is important. You perform your salat. But if I perform that salat because I want to impress someone, that salat is in trash. Allah said, I don't want that salat. I go to Hajj because I want to come and say, people to tell me Haji. I want everyone to know that I've been to Mecca. I go to Karbala because I want people to call me Karbala'i. I go to Mashhad because I want people to call me Mashhadi. That doesn't get anywhere to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What Allah wants from you and I in our ibadah is the sincerity and taqwa. If that happens, that is what Allah said in the ayah, وَأَنْ أَعْمَلَ صَالِحًا تَرْضَى. That you ask Allah that your a'mal, anything that you do, is something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be pleased by. That is number 3. Number 4 is إِنِّي تُبْتُ إِلَيْكَ يَا Allah. Allah, make me be among those always they repent, they return to you. They always come back to you. Wherever we run away from Allah, committing wrong, shortcomings, later we realize our mistake, we come back to Allah. We repent, we ask forgiveness. That is also a good quality of mu'min. That is number 4. Number 5. وَإِنِّي أَنَا مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. Ya Allah, don't let me die unless I'm a true Muslim. It's very important that sometimes we were born Muslims, raised Muslims, but not everybody dies Muslim. Some people, they were born, their parents were Muslim, they were raised Muslim, they were practicing, but at the end of their life, they didn't die Muslim. They died kafir. A simple example, Shaitan was raised and grew up, was ibadah, was doing, worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Imam Ali said 6,000 years he was doing ibadah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Shaitan, with one disobedient, he became Shaitan. That up to now we do la'an on him and it will continue till the day of judgment. That's why it's very important that we should always ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us to die as a Muslim. Simple example, when he go to Karbala, on the day of Ashura, there were people who were born and raised Muslims too. But the same people came and fought Imam Hussein alayhi salam. And they died and they all went to heaven, to hellfire. Some of them were lucky. At the last minute they realized their mistake, like Hur. And then they changed and died a true Muslim. And that is why in the ayah, the fifth request you are asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is to make you and I to die as a true Muslim. Those who submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the ayah talks about 5 things. The first one is about Allah. The second one is about parents. Now, as we mentioned that about the importance of mothers. A mother is one of the highest things after Allah that Allah requested every one of us to honor our mothers. One example, in Islam, brothers and sisters, when you stand in front of Allah to do your salah, you are not allowed, as soon as you say Allahu Akbar, you are not allowed to say or do anything until you say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Meaning, eating is haram, talking is haram, playing is haram, anything other than the act of salah is haram. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, why? Why when you say Allah Akbar, we cannot do anything else? Allah said, because I need your attention. I need your focus. As you speak to me, I don't want you to divide your mind to somebody else. We heard and we're doing this. But then at the same Allah comes and says, through the Prophet, he said, as you are in your salat, nafila salat, then the mother calls you, they want your attention. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, yes, I'm important. I need your attention. But here I allowed you to pause my attention to listen to your mother's attention. Allahu Akbar. Ya Rab, is mother is that important? Allah says yes. And nafila salat, Allah says you are allowed to pause your prayer to attend to your mother's needs. Fasting, you want to fast. Fasting is important in Islam. It's one of the furu'ud din. I want to fast mustahab fasting. Thursday, Monday, I want to earn pleasure of Allah. My mother tells me, no, I don't want you to fast. I want to please Allah. I don't want you to fast. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, just stop there, don't fast. Now it's between Allah and my mother. Here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, I don't want you to fast because I want you to please your mother. Ya Allah, what is my reward? I want to fast. If I fasted, I will get the reward. Allah said, don't worry about it. That reward will be given to you. Even though you didn't fast, but because of your intention and obedience to your mother, Allah said, you get the reward from me. That is the importance of mother. Now more than that, the Holy Prophet ﷺ in hadith, a man was carrying his mother inside the Kaaba, and he was going around the tawaf, and he was swearing in that hot sun. He came to the Prophet, Ya Rasulullah, this is my mother. I've been taking care of her, Ya Rasulullah. I've been doing everything that you can think of. Ya Rasulullah, did I pay enough? The Prophet said, no, not enough. You haven't done anything yet. Allahu Akbar. Another man came to the Prophet, Ya Rasulullah, I want to become shaheed. And you know, shaheed is not an easy task. It's not an ordinary level. It's a higher level in the sight of Allah. For somebody to be killed as a shaheed, there is a great reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He came to Ya Rasulullah, I want to earn that shahada with you in the battlefield, Ya Rasulullah. Can you allow me to go with you and die as a shaheed? The Prophet said, you're welcome. You can come in. But Ya Rasulullah, I have one problem. What is it? He said, I have my mother. What should I do? Can I ask somebody to take care of her? The Prophet said, no. You have to go take care of her. And every moment you spend with her is better than the moment you spend in the battlefield with the Prophet to fight against the enemy. Allahu Akbar. Ya Rasulullah, this is Shahada, this is my mother. The Prophet said, yes, being with your mother, the reward in the sight of Allah is much bigger than that. Allahu Akbar. That is to tell us the importance of mothers in Islam. Not only that, brothers and sisters, you know, Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the mothers in the hadith and everything that you can think of so highly about them, to the point when one day the Prophet said, Al-Jannatu tahta aqdam al-ummahat. You and I, we pray, we fast, we go to Hajj, Zakat, Khum, we try all our best so that we can earn heaven. So someday we can attain to heaven. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, that heaven that you and I are working so hard for, Allah said it can be found under the feet of the mothers. And you know, in Arabic, when you say something under the feet, it means it's nothing to that person. When you go to the history, listen to Muawiyah, when he did the treaty with the Imam Hassan alayhi salam. After the treaty, what did he say? He said, every commitment that I give to Imam Hassan, all is under my feet. That's what he said. What does it mean? Meaning it's nothing. It doesn't mean anything to me. Meaning anything under the feet, meaning it's not important in Islam. Right? Now this thing Allah SWT said that the Jannah that you and I are struggling for, Allah said it can be found not in the hand. He sometimes says, in the hand of something, it's disrespectful. Like I give you money with my hand. But Allah said that Jannah is put under the feet of the mothers. And that's why the Prophet said one day, he said, Ajibtu, I surprise a person who is raised and born and raised and happened to see his two parents but didn't have the heaven. Because the heaven is there, right there. And your side next to you, the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That is the importance of parents in Islam. That is the importance of mothers in Islam. For that matter, the importance of mothers, brothers and sisters, it doesn't stop only in this world. Even after they pass away, the responsibility is here. Now, what can I do after my father or my mother pass away? What can I do? Because some people, they believe that after a father or mother pass away, there is nothing you can do. That's it. No, there is a lot we can do, and a lot we are asked to do for them. Even though they are not longer alive with us in this world, but we still have responsibilities towards them. What can we do? There are many things, brothers and sisters. Number one of the things we can do for our parents after they pass away is what the Quran said, always remember them in your dua. وَقُلْ رَبِّ ارْحَمْهُمَا كَمَا رَبَّيَانِي صَغِيرًا. Anytime you make your salat, you make your dua, make sure that they are in the list of your dua. That is number one you can do. Number two, the second thing you can do, the Prophet says, is you can do sadaqatun jariyah. A charity you can give on their behalf, and it will reach to them after they pass away. When we say sadaqat jariyah, a lot of people, they think You have to buy an orphanage, millions of dollars. No. You can do sadaqah jariyah with less than $1. And your parents, they get that reward as long as that sadaqah jariyah is still there. Example, you buy a sleepers. And how much does it cost? $1, $2, $3, right? You put it in the masjid, in the bathroom. In the name of your mother or your father or a brother or any deceased. Anytime somebody comes and they use that slippers, your parents or the person that you bought for, they get it that sawab because of them. And how much does it cost? That's sadaqah jariyah. Another one, you buy tasbih. How much does it cost? $2, $3. You buy it, you put it in the masjid. Anybody who comes to the masjid, they don't have tasbih. They take the tasbih, they start to do Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. The reward gets to your father or your mother in their grave. Sadaqah jariyah. Another thing you buy, Quran you buy, how much it cost? $10, $20. You put it in the masjid. You say, this is waqf. It's for my mother. Any person who comes up in the Quran, even looking at that Quran, Allah gives the reward to your father or your mother. That's sadaqah jariyah right there. More than that, brothers and sisters, you buy dua kumail. How much does it cost? It doesn't cost nothing. $10, $5. You put it in the masjid. Thursday, anybody comes, takes that dua kumail, read dua kumail. The reward gets to your parents as they are in the grave. That is one of the sadaqatul jariyah. So sadaqah jariyah, it doesn't have to be millions of dollars as we think. Something small can reach to your parents. Smallest thing that you and I, we don't even evaluate them. And let me share with you a story about one of our scholars. One of our scholars, he saw in a dream that the deceased people in his dream, some of them were so happy. And he saw one man was sitting in the corner unhappy. And he asked him, why are you sitting unhappy while everybody is happy? He said, to the alim who saw him in the dream, he said, all those mu'minin that you see they're happy because their family always sending them sadaqah jariyah. But I don't have anybody to send me something. And that's why I'm not happy. The alim asked him, do you have a child or somebody in your family? He said, yes, I do. Who do you have? He said, I have my son. Where? He gave him the direction where and the location of that child. The alim woke up in the morning and said, I don't think this dream is just a regular dream. I have to go find out. He went to the exact location that the mar'um gave him, and he finds the same location there. And he finds the same child there. He went there, Salaam alaikum wa alaikum assalam. What is your name? He told me his name. Do you have a father? He said, yes. What's your father? He said, my father passed away many years ago. He said, what is his name? He described the father. It come to be the same person the alim saw is the father of this man. Then the alim told him, your father needs your sadaqah, your dua, or something. Why don't you remember your father? He said, I don't have anything to give to my father. I'm poor, as you can see. I don't have anything. The alim said, at least can you give somebody a water? Take a water, glass of water, give somebody, say, a sadaqah on behalf of my father. Allahu Akbar. Can Allah accept that? He said, yes, Allah will accept that. The man decided and said, okay. The next day, he took a cup of water. What happened? He looked around to give somebody, nobody. Then he decided in his mind, he said, okay, I'm going to pour it, but in the name of sadaqah. He said, this water, I'm giving it sadaqah on behalf of my father. Then he poured it. That's it. Few days later, the alim saw the man again in his dream. And he saw him so happy, mashallah. He said, what happened? Your son sent you sadaqah? He said, yes. What sadaqah did he send? He said, he poured water. How can pouring water on the ground become a sadaqah for somebody? He said, yes. How is that? He said, listen, when he poured that water, there was a fish, because it was next to a river, there was a fish that was happening to come out of the river, and the fish was struggling to get back. Pouring that water helped that fish to get back to the river, and Allah took that as a sadaqah from him. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rewarded the father because of this action. His sadaqah, it reached to the parents even after their death. Allahu Akbar. The least thing, smallest thing you give to Allah, if the intention is pure and sincere, it's enough, brothers and sisters. And that is one of the things we can do for our parents. Another thing we can do for our parents, or for our marhumin, is that whenever you get a chance, you can perform 2 rak'ah. And say, Ya Allah, this 2 rak'ah is a gift, hadiyah, gift to the soul of my brother, my sister, a friend, any marhum that you can remember, you can give them any to reach to them. That is another thing you can do. Another thing you can do, brothers and sisters, that you can remember by reading Quran. Any chapter you can read. Open them, read them. 1 page, 2 page, 1 line, 2 lines, and then say, Ya Allah, I want the reward of these 2 lines of recitation to go to my father or my mother. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes it and gives it to them. Because you know in the hadith, they say every Monday and Thursday, our marhumin, they come to our house. Their spirit, their ruh comes. Because ruh, they come, they travel. And that is one of the amazing things that Allah talks about in the Quran. يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الرُّوحِ. A ruh is one of the creation that Allah stated that nobody knows what it is. And this ruh is amazing. See, we are formed of 4 things. Every human being, you are formed of 4 things. 1 is nafs, a soul. 2 is badan, the body. 3 is ruh. 4 is aql. Up to now, human beings have got to the point to know where is the aql, how does it function, how can you increase your aql, what can make your aql to be weaker. You all have all this information. Your body, how your body can be stronger. MashaAllah, you go to gym, you work out, you become stronger, right? One to another, you eat good, healthy food. Now that is for body. Nafs also, we have to get to nafs in Quran, what to do to purify your soul. But a ruh, up to date, no human being knows what is the reality of ruh. And Allah said, يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنُ الرُّوحِ. They're asking about ruh. Allah said, nobody knows about ruh except me. The ruh is the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is the first thing Allah created. The last thing Allah puts in a human being. And then the human being becomes functional. Now this ruh, every Monday and Thursday, they come to our houses. And what do? They're asking from us to do something for them. A father, a mother, a brother, a neighbor, a friend, a marhum, they're asking. Tafaddaqu and give sadaqah on our behalf. Read Fatiha for us. Because in narration, sometimes when we read Fatiha, we say Fatiha for our marhumin. Right? Your marhumin, my marhumin, you know that Fatiha, they fight one another on it. Because as soon as we pass away, then the door is blocked. No salat we can do to end the sawab. No hajj we can go to end sawab. No anything we can do except what somebody else has done on our behalf. And that is why it's important. Because when somebody passes away, there's nothing you can give them. You want to buy them a house, they don't need a house. You want to buy them a car, they don't need a car. But what they need in that world is dua. Things to do on their behalf. Sadaqah you gave on their behalf. $1, 50 cents, it reaches to them. And it means a lot to them. It means a lot to them. Because it can make a big difference in their life. And that is why Islam emphasized not to forget our marhumin. And simple logic behind it, if you remember your marhumin today, tomorrow when you and I become marhumin, we will be remembered too. But if I don't remember them, I say, no, I don't care about them. They want, inshallah, they'll be in heaven. Tomorrow the same thing will happen to you too. And that is why it's very important. The Holy Prophet ﷺ always encouraged, he said, اذكروا موتاكم. Always remember your deceased ones. Always remember them. And the least one can do is whenever you remember them, say Surah Al-Fatiha, read Surah Al-Fatiha for them, give sadaqah for them, do charity works for them. Any little amount of any good deed makes a big difference in their life in that world. And that's what you say. Even Imam Hussein alayhi salam, on the day of Ashura, he was telling his sister to remember him after his death. What did she say? What did he say? He said, Ya Zainab, izkurini fi salat al-layl. Zainab, I know that you don't miss your namaz al-shab. Whenever you stand at the middle of the night to do your salat al-layl, the Imam Hussein said, remember me. Why? Because marhumin, they need that to come. Even Imam Hussein doesn't need. But Imam Hussein is encouraging all of us to remember our marhumin. And that is why you see even Imam Hussein alayhi salam, on the day of Ashura, every person that get killed, Imam Hussein will read a dua for them. Not only that, even on his way coming, when he heard about Muslim bin Aqil was killed, Imam Hussein had a majlis for him. He had all his companions, his family, sat together. They mentioned him. They remember Muslim bin Aqil. They did azar and cried and read Fatiha for his soul. And the same thing he did on the day of Ashura. Every person who was there and they got killed, Imam Hussein will sit there and read dua for them. Remember them. Allahu Akbar. Because it's very important to remember our marhumin. And they feel so happy when we remember them. Some narrations say sometimes they also ask Allah to make other people to remember you and I whenever we remember them. They also make dua for you as well. Until the day that the narration said on the day of Ashura, when Imam Hussein alayhi salam was sitting in the tent with Abu Fadl Abbas, after all his companions were killed. The narration said, then Imam Hussein, while he was talking to Abu Fadl Abbas, they heard the children started crying, Al-Atash, Al-Atash. We are thirsty, we are thirsty. Abu Fadl Abbas said to Imam Hussein alayhi salam, Ya Sayyidi, O my master. And that is one of the lessons from Abu Fadl Abbas. Abu Fadl Abbas all his life never ever called Imam Hussein by his name, even though it's his brother. He always called him Sayyidi, my master. They said, Ata'adhanu li, would you give me permission to go and get water for those children, for those innocent children? Imam Hussein alayhi salam said to him, Ya Abu Fadl Abbas, you are like my backbone. You are my blood barrier. I don't want you to be killed. Then I wouldn't have anybody to lean on, Ya Abu Fadl Abbas. Then Abu Fadl Abbas said, Ya Abu Abdullah, my master, I can't stand listening to those children asking for water and there is no water for them. So please allow me to go and get water for them. Imam Hussein alayhi salam said, Ya Abu Fadl Abbas, I give you permission. Go get the water for those children. Then narration said he got himself ready. And Abu Fadl Abbas, wama adrak. When you see it, the narration was very tall, very handsome. When he sit on the horse, because of his structure, his legs touches the ground. Look at the horses, how high horses are. Abu Fadl Abbas, when he sits, his feet still can touch on the ground. Abu Fadl Abbas got himself ready to go and get water. And he took his way to the water. But the narration said the enemies have put 4,000 armies around the water to make sure that Imam Hussein alayhi salam and his companion doesn't reach to the water. Abu Fadl Abbas, he was able to get to the water after he fought those enemies on his way. The narration, as he got to the water, he was thirsty as anybody else. He saw the water. He can drink the water before taking it to the children. But he refused. The narration says, Abu Fadl Abbas, as he took the water to drink, he remembered his brother Imam Hussein alayhi salam. He said, Ya nafsi huni min ba'd al-Hussein. He said, oh soul, be humble in front of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. He left the water. He filled the jar with the water, taking it back to those children. The narration says, as he was on his way back, those enemies, they came and they surrounded Abu Fadl Abbas. Abu Fadl Abbas, the lesson learned from him, didn't give up because he's just one person and that's it. No, he fought them as much as he could until one of them decided to come from the back. The narration says he first was hiding behind the palm tree and waiting for the moment where he can get behind Abu Fadl Abbas and attack him from behind. Abu Fadl Abbas, as he was fighting and kept to fight, the narration says the man came from the back and he struck the right hand of Abu Fadl Abbas. Abu Fadl Abbas, as hero as he is, he managed to hold the water with the right and with the left hand. And when the right hand fell, he said, Wallahi in qata'tumu yamini فإني أحامي أبدا عن ديني وعن إمامي صادق اليقين. He said, Wallah, I swear by Allah, if you cut my right hand, I said, I want you to know that I'm fighting for my Imam, the true Imam. Abul Fadl Abbas didn't give up. Allah, Abul Fadl Abbas. It's a lesson for all of us and all mu'mineen. Abul Fadl Abbas didn't give up because he lost one arm. He continued to fight and continued to take the water to the destination that he was hoping to reach. As he was managing to take the water to those children, another man came from behind and then struck the left hand. Allahu Akbar. Abul Fadl Abbas then said, Wallahi in qatatumu yasari فإني أحامي عن إمامي وعن صادق اليقين. I said, Wallah, if you cut my left arm, I said, I am not giving up because I'm defending my Imam and the true Imam. Abul Fadl Abbas managed to hold the water with his mouth, with his teeth, and still, the courage is still there. Didn't give up. Abul Fadl Abbas trying to get the water to the tank. The narration says, as he was in this struggle, another man shouted, do not allow this man to take the water to the tent, because if he did, then you will not be able to fight Hussein and the rest of the companions. The narration said that Imam Hussein alayhi salam was standing there waiting, and with the children, Abul Fadl Abbas continued his struggle with that jar in his mouth. Then an arrow came straight to that jar, and the water gushes, and the water spilled all over the place. Abul Fadl Abbas, no hand to fight, no water to take to those children. Abul Fadl Abbas was in that situation, and then now the arrows started to come from everywhere. The narration said, فَجَاءَهُ السِّهَامُ كَرَشْقِ الْمَطَرِ. The narration said the arrows started coming from everywhere like rain of those arrows. Abul Fadl Abbas, while he was in this state, another man threw an arrow that came and hit the forehead of Abul Fadl Abbas. Abul Fadl Abbas then fall ground the ground, but while he was falling, he called his brother Aba Abdullah, Assalamu alayka ya Sayyidi. Peace be upon you, my master. Imam Hussein alayhi salam was standing there. He heard the call of Abul Fadl Abbas. He rushed to Abul Fadl Abbas. By the time he got there, there were a lot of them around Abul Fadl Abbas. Imam Hussein alayhi salam fought them before he could get to his brother Abul Fadl Abbas. But by the time he got to him, his face was covered with blood and dust and sand. Abul Fadl Abbas couldn't see. Imam Hussein alayhi salam lifted him. Abul Fadl Abbas thought it was the enemy who wanted to kill him. Then he said in a very low voice, Ya Hada, la taqtulni. Oh, whoever you are, do not kill me unless my brother, my master Hussein comes. And I said goodbye and say farewell to him before you can kill me, before you can go ahead and kill me. Imam Hussein alayhi salam, when he heard this, the narration says he busted into tears and he said, Ya Abul Fadl Abbas, Ana akhuka al-Hussein, I'm your brother Hussein. It's not an enemy. Abul Fadl Abbas then said to Imam Hussein, Ya my master, Ya Sayyidi, hal wafayt, did I do my responsibility? Imam Hussein alayhi salam said, Ya Abul Fadl Abbas, anta ni'mal akhi, you are a great brother, and you have done all you could. Abul Fadl Abbas, then he said, ni'mal raj, ni'mal imam, anta, a great imam is you, Hussein alayhi salam. Then the narration said that Imam Hussein alayhi salam took the head of Abul Fadl Abbas and put on his thigh, trying to make sure that he gets some comfort in his last moment. Abul Fadl Abbas wouldn't let his head on the thigh of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. The narration says 3 times Imam Hussein kept putting his head on his thigh to comfort him, but Abul Fadl Abbas would not let that happen. Then Imam Hussein asked him, why is that, Ya Abul Fadl Abbas? Abul Fadl Abbas responded, Ya Aba Abdullah, in a minute now, So now I have you to put my head on your thigh, to comfort me. But later on, when you get killed, who will comfort your head or comfort you before you die? Before your death? Imam Hussein alayhi salam cried as Abu Fadl Abbas was also crying. Then Imam Hussein alayhi salam said to Abu Fadl Abbas, let me take you to the tent as I normally do with everybody. Abu Fadl Abbas said, no, I don't want to go. Why don't you want to go, Ya Abul Fadl Abbas? I said, because I promised those girls, Sukaina was there, and I promised Awara, I feel shy to go back and see myself with empty-handed. I have no water for her. Imam Hussein alayhi salam cried, and then as he was looking at the face of his brother Abul Fadl Abbas, the narration said, Father Ruha, then the soul of Abul Fadl Abbas departed from his body. Imam Hussein alayhi salam cried, and then he stood up. Here the narration said, when Imam Hussein stood up, they never saw him to stand on that in his entire life like that day. How did he stood up? The narration said Imam Hussein was not able to stand straight on that day. After the killing of his brother, the narration said, Raja al-Hussein muhdawda bil-zahar. He came back while he was walking back, but he was curved because he couldn't stand straight. He got to the tent, the narration said he was asked by Sukaina, Aina Ammi, where's my uncle, Abul Fadl Abbas? He promised water. Imam Hussein alayhi salam said, your uncle Abul Fadl Abbas kutila mazluman. He has been killed unjust, and he has been killed next to that water bishakil furati. And Imam Hussein alayhi salam cried and cried after the death of Abul Fadl Abbas. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون والعاقبة للمتقين. Ya Allah, we ask you for the sake of today, this majlis that we read, Ya Allah, the thawab of this gathering, Ya Allah, we ask you to send to our mother who we gathered for today, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Ya Allah, we ask you, let her soul be happy, Ya Rabbal Alameen, for this gathering and for this remembrance, Ya Rabbal Alameen. All marhumeen, marhumat of all of us, all mu'mineen and mu'minat, Ya Allah, be pleased with them, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Ya Allah, we ask you, gather her soul along with the Shia of Imam Ali alayhi salam, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, we ask you, grant her the shafa'ah of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, we ask you, all marhumeen and marhumat, Ya Allah, we ask you, be pleased with all of them for the sake of their pleasure, Ya Allah. Let's all recite Surah Al-Fatiha for all marhumeen together. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله، السلام عليك يا ابن رسول الله، السلام عليك وعلى جدك رسول الله سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين، السلام عليك وعلى أبيك أمين المؤمنين سيد الوصيين، السلام عليك وعلى أمك فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين، السلام عليك وعلى أخيك الحسن بن علي سيدي شباب أهل الجنة، السلام عليكم جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك وعلى الأئمة التسعة المعصومين من ذريتك، السلام عليكم جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا مولاي يا صاحب العصر والزمان. السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن. السلام عليك يا إمامي وإمام الإنس والجان. عجل الله تعالى في فرجك وظهورك، وسهل الله مخرجك، وجعلنا من أعوانك وأنصارك ومن المستشهدين بين يديك جميعا، ورحمة الله وبركاته.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى